Alto led in the first set 6-0. A little bit of a rally by Marymount, but it was too little too late. And the Vikings of Paly win the first set 25-17. Kill leaders for Palo Alto, Wade, of course. Melanie Wade, we talked about her at the top. We're going to be talking about her all night long and probably on the way home as well. 8 kills for them. Caroline Martin, 4. And for Marymount, they went to McLaren an awful lot. She only had 3 kills in the first set. Jim Watson, Dane Blanton, courtside, Concordia University. The Division I California State Championship, the final girls volleyball match of the season. And we're going to need to see a little bit more from Marymount. I was a little bit disappointed, but this is just how they started against #1 LaSalle, and they came back and won that one in 4 sets.
Yeah, I think they're disappointed with their play as well, but that's what happens when you get on this big stage, a state championship on the line. You don't have the experience of being here before like Palo Alto does, and they were a little shell-shocked, to say the least. They didn't play to their potential. It'll be interesting how they respond, what was said by Carrie Klein, their head coach, between sets 1 and 2, and if they respond and come out and play with a little bit more fire, a little bit more focus.
And Melanie Wade was unstoppable in that first set, as you mentioned, the 8 kills, but just her presence on the court. She's a very active player defensively as well, and she keeps talking to everybody, keeps everybody involved. That's her right at the net, biggest player on the court. Carrie Klein, head coach for Marymount, see what changes she's made to her team. See if she got them enthusiastic. They were a little flat there in that first set. Moy McLaren went after it twice, converts the second time.
I love that, going to her twice after she got dug with a power shot. They go right back out to her. Lauren Greskovich-Fuller knows how to set her up once again, give her that confidence, and get her that kill.
Dane, we have 2 Greskovich-Fullers, and if we try to identify them that way all night long, we're going to be behind the play. So let's call
Manon and Lauren.
Manon and Lauren is the setter, Manon is the hitter.
I know they did try to dye their hair a little bit differently for us.
Twins, yeah.
That's what they told me in practice, but still hard to tell them apart.
That's Moy McLaren out of the back row. Edwards got a piece of it at the net. That's Manon, 14. And pushing it down, Katie Edwards.
Katie Edwards up big. She's 6'2". She's only a junior. She times this one just perfectly as this ball is passed over the net. She does the two-handed block straight down.
First lead of the night for Marymount at 2-1.
Yeah, Marymount's the real deal. They've played together a long time. They really believe in their coach, Carrie Klein, and they're a real team, a family. They practice at 5:30 every morning, not in the afternoons, in the morning at 5:30 before school. If that's not discipline, I don't know what is.
Moy McLaren, miss hit from the back row. Yeah, as I look down the Marymount Sailors roster, you're talking about they've been together for a long time. It is all juniors and seniors, all of it, until you get to Yazzie, to Badat Ghani. She's a freshman. But other than that, everyone else is a junior or senior. Now, they brought up some other players for the playoffs, but I'm talking about the core team that's been there all year long. And there's Ashley Williams. If they get Ashley Williams involved, they're going to give Palo Alto a completely different look. She's a fantastic athlete at 5 feet 11 inches. And she's got a pretty good bloodline as well. Back set. Wade. Melanie Wade, and that went up and hit one of the speakers in the gym.
Yeah, and that ball was out of bounds. Christine Irvin tried to pull back, but she couldn't. And the ball clipped her off the arm. You talk about this team playing together for so long. Lanty Moy McLaren, Christine Irvin, Lauren and Manon Greskovich-Fuller have all played together since they were 8, 9 years old. They've never not played together, Waddy.
There was the freshman, Yazzie. Big number 7. She goes 6'3". Tight set. Oh, well played. That's Manon.
Yeah, Manon. Like I said, Manon, Lauren, Christine, and Lanty Moy McLaren, they've played together since they were 8, 9 years old. Never been on different teams. They play on the same club team, so when you have that, you figure it out.
Ashley Williams, who we were talking about before, the great bloodlines that she has, and what a tremendous athlete. That's her uncle. You recognize him? And, of course, former Angel, Garrett Anderson. And Garrett's daughter is a gymnast who goes to a gym called Wildfire up in Tustin Ranch and is a great athlete as well. And Garrett's just sitting up there like he always is. You know, I used to cover the Angels when Garrett was playing. That's Garrett. He's very unassuming. He comes into a restaurant or he comes into the gymnastics academy to watch his own daughter, and walks in here and just sits up there all by himself, doesn't draw any attention. Tremendous baseball player. He's the Angels' all-time hit leader. Edwards. Well, that's a good look. Okay, here they go. And that's what we said. We almost expected it to happen, the slow start, and then the explosion.
Yeah, finally they're getting into the groove, and this is perfect timing. Lauren right to Katie Edwards. Perfect timing in the middle there.
And then, unfortunately, Carly Wagenbach comes in and commits the service error, which is a tough time for Marymount because they're trying to build on this lead, and obviously got to win this second set. Lauren on missed Edwards, or Edwards mistimed the jump. Bad connection there. The link was broken, 6-6. You know, Dane, from outside the court, when I see those service errors, to me, those just pop the balloon. And we just saw it right there. Marymount had it going on, the service error, then they give up the next point. Now they're out of system here, and all of a sudden it's just a cascade of mistakes.
Yeah, it all starts with that serve receive. You want to keep everything in system, keep it easier on yourself.
Almost an overpass, and somehow Lauren was able to get to it and feed Edwards. Nice play.
Yeah, Lauren Greskovich-Fuller, a great setter. She gets up there. The ball's passed a little bit too close to the net, but she just uses one hand. Sets it up nicely.
7-7 in the second. Floaty. Koopy was right there. There's Wade into the block, and there you go. Now that is a big momentum swing right there.
Yeah, Lauren and Katie Edwards up there and penetrating over the net. Very formidable block there. Lauren gets it all.
And it's the fact that they had it on Melanie Wade, the big star for Paly. Back set as Paly goes away and goes to Caroline Martin. Kept alive, Koenig pulled it out of the net, but they're going to say reached into the net, or a double hit. Double hit, Marymount in front, 9-7.
Well, keeping that rally alive, Christine Irvin. Great defense in the back. That ball was hit hard at her.
Short serve caused some problems. Moy McLaren. Nice dig right there on the follow is Christine Irvin for Marymount.
You can tell that Carrie Klein has really taught her team to cover. They're recovering when the ball is blocked multiple times, giving themselves another opportunity to get the play done.
Back set from one knee, and nobody was ready for it. Not sure who that was intended for. Victoria Shepard was there, but she was just trying to make a play on the ball. An errant set. Moy McLaren through the double block off the hands of Wade. Tooled her.
Such a quick arm swing Moy McLaren has. Not hitting it all that high right there, but so quick and just snaps the ball right off the top.
Lancey Moy McLaren from the service line just catches the tape.
Such a great all-around athlete Lancey Moy McLaren is. She's worked on that back row. She's a much better defender than she was a year ago.
Edwards off the block.
Katie Edwards really stepping up her game right now. She's a force at the net on the left side, at the right side. She's blocking balls. She's really come to play here tonight in the state championships.
Dane, in this set, Palo Alto has 10 points. Here's how they got him. 1 kill, 4 Marymount service errors, 5 Marymount hitting errors.
Wow.
And now another hitting error for Palo Alto. It's so funny, and we've seen it already in the Division III and the Division II, how quickly momentum changes sides of the net. I mean, it happens in a matter of 3 or 4 points. You go from saying, well, this one side is going to crush this other side, and then you flip it. You got to flip the script about 3 or 4 times a match. Melanie Wade didn't get a good run up on it. Oh, tipped over the head by Lauren. Greskovich-Fuller, good play. Chance here for Marymount. Ashley Williams.
Perfectly executed. When you get that free ball, that's what you want. You want to take it overhand, throw it up there, and get a nice connection with your middle hitter so she can put it away. Smart play, Ashley Williams, hitting that deep corner. You're starting to see Marymount really start to click on all cylinders, where none of this type of play was seen in that first set.
Well, it looks to me that Carrie Klein has finally got her team to involve everyone. For a while, they were kind of one-dimensional. We were seeing a lot of Moy McLaren, and she was facing a double block almost every time because that's who Paly's keying on coming in. Now you're getting other people involved, and Katie Edwards is starting to play pretty well. She's got a couple of blocks, she's got a couple of kills, and now she's hungry for the feeds.
Yeah, this team is like family. I went to one of their practices, if you can believe it, at 5:30 in the morning the other day.
On your way home?
No, that was in the morning. Yeah. I was coming in from the clubs in Hollywood. But it's just amazing. It's dark at that time, and they just really are so focused at that time. Carrie Klein told me yesterday at practice was interrupted. They put breakfast table right in the middle of the court and had breakfast and kind of stopped practice. And then she told me that they watched today Boys of Fall, a movie called The Boys of Fall. It's a football movie, inspirational. And she said that was kind of a team building thing. So they're a real family up there and really want to play for one another.
Wade had to go off the tape and out, never touched by Marymount. Wade still sitting on 9 kills, leading Palo Alto. For Marymount, much better balance. McLaren has 5, Edwards 5, Williams 3. Koopy, and dug by Edwards with one hand. Lauren Greskovich-Fuller runs it down. Back to Wade, up on her very fingertips, and she's able to push it down in the back row at the feet of Moy McLaren.
Look how animated Carrie Klein is, up on the sideline. She's almost like, feels like she's in this match.
3 more steps and she will be.
Yeah.
It's 10 kills, by the way, for Wade. There's Williams trying to tip it across. She had a double block right in her grill. Then bluff to Williams, go outside to Manon.
Manon putting the ball away. Not a huge jumper, but a very smart attacker. Knows when to put the heat on, knows when to shoot the ball.
I think she's done a great job tooling the block. We've seen her, I think, pick up 3 points that way.
Yeah.
You know, the others are tipping over the double block. She's playing off of it.
Yeah, tooling the block is an art. I mean, I was small when I played at Pepperdine, and at 6'2", you know, you have guys 6'6", 6'7" in your face. You got to learn to tool the block. That's part of being a really solid outside hitter.
Ashley Williams taking something off it, a little cuff shot, dumping it in the donut. Palo Alto won the first set 25-17. Marymount leads in the second 16-12. Manon at the service line. Carries across. Koenig. That falls.
Big dig by Manon in the back, but Palo Alto ends up putting that ball away. A lot of real well-rounded players. Look at this. This ball is hit rattles in between the block and falls Jackie Koenig.
Outside to Moy McLaren, but right into the block. Caroline Martin.
And that ball just sat a little bit too close. Lauren knows it. She put it too close. Lanty Moy McLaren just didn't really have anywhere to go right there. She tried to challenge the block that time. It does not pay off.
Palo Alto has scored the last 2 points, trying to get back in it. Ashley Williams is dug by Melanie Wade. Koopy off the block. And once again, it's Caroline Martin. She's become the go-to girl.
Yeah, that was nice. High off the block. And I think a good timeout right here. 16-15, Marymount's ahead.
And 3 straight for Palo Alto. Remember, it was 12 serving 16. There wasn't really any momentum on the Paly side, and 3 quick points because of some errors here for Marymount. A little late to react.
Yeah, right down the line. Christine Irvin was there, but she couldn't get those hands up and get that ball to be controlled. So I think a smart timeout right now by Carrie Klein and Marymount. The Sailors were in control. Now it's a little tighter, and she knows how important this is. If you drop a second set, the cards are stacked against you. We've seen comebacks, as we did in the last match, in the Division II match. You can come back from being down 2, but it doesn't happen often.
Yeah, presentation came back against La Costa Canyon, down 2 sets, eventually won it 15-9 in 5. Carrie Klein getting good balance from her team. McLaren 5 kills, Edwards 5 kills, Williams 4, and now Manon has 4 kills as well. Manon's twin sister, Lauren, is the setter. There she is, bumping it up to Moy McLaren, who goes chicken wing off his shoulder. They're going to get her for the lift. She's saying it hit my face, then it hit my shoulder.
Well, Lanty Moy McLaren not happy about that. Said it came off clean right off of her face.
Darlene Taylor, our referee, our up official, was having none of it. She said, I saw it. Ashley Williams, now that's paying off. A quick set there in the pipe.
That's timing. You could hear Ashley Williams saying that she was there. So Lauren knew to just set that ball back, that nice quick back 1 set. Very effective if the timing is on. Check that out right there. The block didn't know what hit him.
I love the reaction shot on the face of Ashley Williams every time. So excited.
Maddie Koopy excited about that. She is a master of tooling the block, hitting the ball and having it go just out of bounds. We've seen it happen 3 or 4 times where she looks back very surprised, but the ball's out.
17 all. Katie Edwards is denied. Bluff it to her. Moy McLaren going corner to corner and paints it. Now, we were right behind her. I'm looking over her shoulder, Dane, into a double block. I couldn't even see that ball land on the other side. There was so many bodies. This is our angle. We're sitting right where this camera is.
And the beauty of it is
it?
she uses the entire court. That's where you have the most real estate, going for that deep corner.
And it's just a feel, because I don't think she could see it either. She just knows exactly how hard to hit that loopy shot, have it die in the corner. Back row attack, Manon. Wade. And they're getting to Wade's ball now. Twice. Edwards and Lauren couldn't keep it off the floor, but I'll tell you what, no easy lunch there for Melanie Wade now. She's being challenged every time.
Yeah, when we started this match, she was not being touched. Now every ball she hits seems to be contacted. They might not win every rally, but they are controlling it a lot more.
18-18, second set, and it's gotten real serious now again for Marymount. They were starting to feel much better about themselves when they had a 4-point lead. That's gone, and now they've fallen behind as Moy McLaren. And she's just disgusted with her own effort on that time.
Yeah, well, you could tell that she wasn't too happy about it. That set maybe a little wide, but she tried way too sharp an angle.
19-18, Paly. Lauren, the back set to Edwards. And was touched at the net and out. Point from Marymount. 18-19.
Katie Edwards has been solid from the get-go, both left and right side. There you see head coach Carrie Klein, very active.
She's gone from the coach's box all the way back to the service line. Lauren goes across quickly. Wade again blocked. Lauren and Edwards were there. Excuse me, Manon. That's Lauren. Moy McLaren blocked by Wade. That's got to feel good for Wade because she's had her shot blocked 4 times in a row.
Yeah, and she did it one-on-one coming out of the back row. That's not an easy ball to block because it travels such a far distance before you block it. But she controls it, locks in, and focuses and stuffs it straight down.
Big point right here for Marymount. Manon off the block again, Dane, every time she does it.
Yeah, Manon, she's got a heavy arm. She hits that ball with a lot of force. She goes right at the block, and she seems to tool the block more times than not. She's not going over the block. She's going right at it and tooling that inside left hand of Kimmy Whitson.
When we say that, when a player decides to tool the block, where's she aiming?
Well, it changes each and every time. You got to know who's blocking you. If they're taking your angle, you want to hit that high middle in between, but it's hard to be perfect at it, you know, because the ball moves different ways and someone can adjust their arms at the last minute. So she's been very fortunate tooling the block. Same with Maddie Coop on Palo Alto's side.
Melanie Wade serving. Palo Alto leading 21-20. Manon, again, off the high hands. It was touched at the net. Would have been out, would have been a point. Lauren to her twin sister, Manon.
Yeah, she's going right for that seam, and when I say seam, it's right between that outside hitter and the middle blocker. You want to hit right in between them, and Manon is making a living doing that right now.
Manon and Lauren. Greskovich, Fuller. That's their last name. Twin sisters. Irvin bumps it back to Manon. And that ball is dug nicely by Knowles. Tipped by Wade. The big girl's got a soft touch, huh?
Yeah, that's available. When you hit so many balls with force, you put the defense on their heels, and then that opens up that nice little short dink shot over the block.
Melanie Wade, an All-American, first-team All-American, by the way. She's going to play in the All-American competition at the Alamodome in San Antonio on December 16th. Koopy. It's out. It was not touched. Yes, it was. It was touched. Darlene Taylor, our up official, reverses all of the emotion in the room with one hand signal. And Palo Alto leads 23-21. I'd almost given this set to Marymount the way they were cruising. They had a lead at 16-12 and looked pretty comfortable. Ashley Williams.
Williams has been impressive coming out of the middle. She gets up early, and it's all about Lauren hitting her at the right time, and she knows how to execute. Jumps extremely well.
She's a leaper.
Yeah.
And service error. A chance to get even, and now they're down on set point, 24-22. Again, just a critical service error and timeout.
Yeah, if you have a timeout, you might as well use it at this point. Set point for Palo Alto. And it seemed like Marymount was somewhat controlling this second set, but Palo Alto seemed to creep ahead. And their head coach, Wynn, he seemed to be very confident from the start, and his demeanor hasn't really changed.
In 2009, Palo Alto lost in the NorCal semis. They finished 36-5. Came back hungry the next year. They won the Division I state championship, and that team was unreal. 41-1. A lot of those players back here tonight. Second straight trip to the state finals. It's the first time in school history any team has gone to the state finals 2 years in a row. They had a pretty good basketball team for a while. They won a state championship at Arco Arena in Sacramento, upsetting a great modern day team who was ranked in the top 5 in the country. And Palo Alto didn't have anybody tall, nobody over about 6'3". So good athletes, good family town, Palo Alto, just outside of Stanford. Great place to raise kids. And Palo Alto High School, of course, the Harbaughs also went to Palo Alto High School. Didn't know if you knew that. Cross-court winner.
Now there's a nice angle shot. Lanty Moy McLaren. Earlier we saw her go for that shot and miss it, but proving right there she definitely has that in her arsenal, cutting the ball up that sharp.
And it was funny, during the timeout, she had a personal conversation with her head coach, Kerry Klein, and then they go to her the first chance they get on an offensive set.
Big opportunity right here.
Back set from the back row, Manon. Coopy. Maddie Coopy closes out the second set. Palo Alto is one set away from their second straight state championship. 25-17 in the first, 25-23 in the second. And Marymount let that set get away. That was theirs to win at 16-12, Dane.
Well, it absolutely was, and it seems like Marymount's doing a pretty good job about containing Melanie Wade a little bit, but it's all about the people around Melanie Wade, like Maddie Cooper.